Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. Couple of advertisements here at the start. I finally completed the Elliott Wave and RSI Advanced course, so if you want to master the RSI and want to learn how it can be utilized properly with Elliott Wave Theory, check out the course on Udemy. I've also founded Counter Trend Capital with these guys over here, so if you are looking for signal service and more education, check us out here on countertrendcapital.com. And lastly, if you want to educate yourself and support me, you can take a look at Patreon, where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and extra content overall. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the charts next. So here we are on 1 hour time frame, and today we're going to be focusing on this structure over here. But before that, let's take a look at the overall structure that we've had since the 10th of March. Again, we had 3 different ideas. The bull count was saying that this was a wave 1 of something. Again, this would be a potential 1, 2, 1 here, 2 here, and another 1, 2 here. But again, that is very bullish, and I'm not quite sure if I like it. 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5. We've noted that wave 4 and wave 2 here are substantially different sizes in price. However, in time they are not too different. It definitely offered a setup here at the end, but so did the bearish option. So again, I'm not really a fan of this at the moment, but again, it still is one of the counts that can be going, that we have to be actually looking forward to going in the future. My favorite count is this one at the moment, which is more of the bearish kind, where we have an ABC. It looks very proportionate. However, we do get to the 0.618 only at the end. That is decent. However, again, if we are comparing this wave 2 here to that wave 4, it looks a bit more proportionate. And having this as an ABC again overall has, in my opinion, a bit better form. Now, why this ABC is even possible is just because, again, we did tag the 0.618 here. If we had ended somewhere in here, I would not really have thought of this too much. Then we had the diagonal possibility, which we were talking previously. It is not looking too good anymore. For this one, again, we would have to have a expanded structure here inside wave 4 of a diagonal, which is at least by the original Elliott Wave books, is a no-no. Generally, we just need a zigzag here instead, or we would need a zigzag. Also, for the 5th wave, we did not take out the high with this one. So again, we would need to assume that we're going to be taking it later to have some kind of difference to the bull count, because we can't just have it like this. Otherwise, it would be basically the same count. But yeah, that's the thing that, or this is the worst structure that I'm looking for. But again, it's still possible until we take out these lows. Now, let's dive into the smaller time frames there, just to make sure that we see what we are expecting. Now, on this very smaller time frames, I'm not going to go too detail into it. You can check it for yourself. We have a potential WXY in here. It extends to the 1.618 here. We have a ABC here, a zigzag, and another ABC here. So again, to note, that means that this structure is not impulsive. It's a 3-way structure. At least that's how it looks on the 1 minute time frame, and that's what I'm going to go with the analysis going forward. Now, we have not taken out the highs here. So again, a 3-way structure here fits the criteria of an ABC. Since then, again, we had a potential structure coming down. There's a couple of ways of labeling this, either something like this, or a 3-wave in here, 3-wave up, and then 3-wave down. Both are fine. Both have the starting point here and ending point here. It does not really matter, and both are saying that, okay, it is more likely to be a some kind of 3-way structure. I tried to label this into a potential diagonal as well, but again, it is expanding, so that is super rare, so I'm not really liking that too much. Overall, what we had is a 3-wave, 3-wave, and 3-wave. However, this does not take out the lows here, and that would mean that it would become a truncated 3-way structure, and that is something that, again, I don't really like. So what I'm searching for here is to take out this low here. as this was a very deep retracement here for this potential B wave or a wave X wave, we know that the one-to-one extension is right below these lows here. Now we have basically double bottom here, this low here and this low. So again, there's definitely a accumulation of stop losses for the bulls here, and liquidity just lies here. Now that does not mean that we need to be just taking out the liquidity and continue upwards. We can just go through it as well to the downside, but again, we definitely need some kind of count that if we want to be going downwards, we need to be looking at that. Now, what do we have here? Well, for the bearish count, we would have this as a potential three-wave structure coming down. For this one to come and hit the one-to-one, we would need this structure to be something like this. Of course, this does not mean that this has to be finished. We can be still doing something like this, but the issue is starting to become is the time. If we are comparing this first structure over here to this second one, we know that and see clearly that they are very out of proportion. But until this low is taken out, I'm still looking for low to be a new low at least to be made. So that's the reasoning overall. Now for the more bearish count, again, as this would be coming to create a three-way structure on its own, we could be starting to look for some kind of diagonal. Again, it is not impulsive on its own. It can be turned into a multi-way structure where this would become a wave 1 of a diagonal, then wave 2 here, wave 3, 4 and 5. But again, the assumption that we would be looking for a diagonal is never as probable as just a corrective structure. So, but again, as we are looking at this bear scenario, we are still looking for bearish options. For me, that would be the bear option, the diagonal. After we have taken out these lows, we could be getting a retracement 3, 4 and 5. Okay, the bullish count would be something like this, where again, either we are continuing with the bearish bias where this would become a wave ABC into a wave 1, then we'd be looking for a retracement here for wave 2, 3, 4 and 5, some kind of diagonal again. That is a bullish option. I'm showing that in bear scenario, since again this is a three-way structure here. Or within this wave, this bullish count here, we'd be looking for lower prices again. Overall, I definitely want to be seeing the 38 to hit. That would be 25.3k. And again, if you're looking closer to the 0.5, I'm sure there is some liquidity down here. And again, that would turn a lot of people more bearish, taking out a consolidation area, and only then we would be doing something like that. Definitely, golden pocket is always an important element and important target. We don't really have much targets here at the golden pocket. The 0.5 has a weekly and a daily, so again, that's why I mentioned that is a bit more important for me. But yeah, I think those are the expectations and the potentials that I have here on upcoming counts and upcoming price action. I'm still looking for lower before a continuation up. I'm not going to be longing here. I don't see the best risk to reward ratios here, so that's why I'm staying in my short position and looking for again lower prices. But I think that is going to do it for this Bitcoin video. I hope you find this informational or at least somewhat helpful. Again, if you want to educate yourself, check out the Patreon, check out the course on Udemy, and for trade setups, check out CTC. All the links for these are in the description below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.